guys doing? I'm so glad to be here with you doing your tarot scope for the month of August. I know it's coming a little late. We're going into the third week of August. So I'm going to lay 4 cards, a card from the bottom of the deck, which is the overall energy coming into August, and then 3 subsequent cards for each week. So Aries, since you're getting this reading a little late, just look back and reflect over the last 2 weeks. See how the reading makes sense to you. If it doesn't resonate with you, check your moon and your rising sign. So don't forget sun, moon, and rising. But again, Aries, I'm so glad to have you guys with me. This is the first month I think I've made it through all of the zodiac signs before the absolute end of the month. So take what you can get, Aries, please. These are mini tarot scopes, general readings. Won't resonate with everybody, but I think you guys will find some things in here that speak to your life. And I know, Aries, you ready to go. You feeling strong and powerful because the Emperor card just kind of turned over in the deck. I'm shuffling cards, and that's just like the one card that turned over, Emperor and Temperance. I was going to say going into the reading, Aries, I feel like you guys don't trash an idea just yet. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You haven't completely let go of a thought, an idea, a want, or need, maybe, Aries. So maybe just look at what you really want in your life, the direction you want to go in, some things you really want to do, and just be true to yourself, Aries, and don't throw out the idea of something. Don't trash something that's just yet. So if something didn't pan out, something didn't work out, maybe you're not getting along with certain things that people or something like that, don't trash it just yet, because I feel like new opportunities are going to come for those things to flourish and grow in ways that maybe you have not noticed. I'm giving Aries some extra energy. You guys are really talking to me. I'm burning my Aries Zodiac candle. It's a really, really cool candle that I bought, and I'm going to make those and offer them on my website because they're super, super cool. I am burning Aries. I burned Aries all month. I think I'm going to do that each month, burn a different Zodiac sign just to give it some energy and talk a little bit about the different Zodiac signs. So everybody gets to know everybody. Astrology and tarot and things like that can tell you guys a lot, just knowing about the signs, the planets, and things like that. So Aries, this is a fire month. This is the month of your fellow brethren Leo's birthday month. And we had a new moon in Leo a few weeks ago at the beginning of August, so you guys are getting a lot of fire energy to help you get some of those Aries things accomplished. So Aries, great sign, leadership sign, very energized, very go, go, go. So hey, Aries, hope your August is going awesome. Gonna try to make these 10 minutes, and let's go ahead and get started with the reading. I'm just shuffling the cards. You guys may hear me. I'm about to go ahead and cut them, and then we'll lay your cards, and then I'll do a tarot oracle card for the heart at the end to just help you with whatever your spread is letting you know about August, just to give you some oracle wisdom and energy. So I'm going to go ahead, Spirit is saying these are ready. I'm going to go ahead and cut them. Alrighty, got it. And let's go ahead and lay your cards, Aries, and see what's going on for you for August. First card is a 3 of Swords in reverse. Like to see it like that. Next card is the Queen of Swords in reverse. Next card is Death reversed. And the last card is the Hanged Man in reverse. Goodness, Aries, you got a lot of reversals this month. And because these are short tarot scopes, guys, if you want a personal reading, email me at prpple@gmail.com and ask for a personal reading. My prices are really, really reasonable. I don't have a lot of time to take clients, but until I free up some time, I don't have a lot of time to take clients. So right now my prices are pretty reasonable because I don't take but so many people. And I'm going to have some new and innovative things coming soon. So check the website too, which is www.astrotarotSEA.weebly.com. It's going to be a whole new website coming, and that'll be revamped. But Aries, you might need to get in contact this month. I don't know what's going on with these reversals, but like I was saying, there was something going on, something that you didn't quite want to throw away yet, an idea you didn't want to get rid of, something that you're revisiting, I feel like, Aries. With the 3 of Swords in reverse coming into the month of August, I feel like you have been going through some things on the relationship front, relationship, communications, love, and all of those sort of things, Aries. Aries is a cardinal sign. Aries is going to do what an Aries wants to do. Aries has no problem running their life, doing a million things at one time, being strong, getting their goals accomplished. And Aries is very headstrong and a very, very good motivator and leader. And I just feel like Aries, while you may have been doing strong in some of the professional areas, maybe the relationship or the time you're spending at home was lacking some sort of communication. I'm just lacking something with this Three of Swords. You may even have had some love triangle situations or just seeking outside of your relationship, your marriage or something like that. And maybe this was your partner as well, or some different parties involved. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, but because it's the suit of swords, which is the communication suit that's coming through the heart, which represents an emotional state, then I feel like it is more personal relationships. And with the Three of Swords in reverse, the swords are falling out. So I feel like coming into August, there's some healing. You've been through the crap, through the bullshit. You've been through the things that are causing whatever this heartbreak or this troubled heart, this wounded heart was. Whether that was you, your partner, someone else, maybe a family member came in and did some things or was involved in some part of your relationship, some kind of more than you two guys, more than the entity that is your relationship was involved in kind of bringing it to a demise or bringing up some issues that really needed to come to light. And now that those things are up, you want to start to heal and these swords moving out. But in order to do that, all parties involved have to be willing to do that, have to know what direction they want to go, and be able to make decisions. Because right now, with that Three of Swords in reverse and the rest of the cards I'm looking at on the table, I'm just seeing that you're prolonging the inevitable. You're prolonging the transformation, which is represented by the Death card in reverse. So either you're prolonging the transformation, not really hitting the heart of the issues with the people you need to hit those with, whether that's your romantic partner, family, close family relationships, or something like this. I feel like this is a little closer to the heart. I feel like, you're either prolonging the transformation of these relationships, because something's got to change. And that's when I was saying, don't throw something out just yet. There needs to be communication. There needs to be talks in order to resolve whatever needs to be transformed, changed, or move forward. Because Aries, you do need some change. And as we go into the Queen of Swords, so there may be somebody in your life, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is a female card, so if it's the males out there, maybe you're dealing with a Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. If it's the females, maybe you're dealing with that, and that could be their sun, moon, or their rising that is just in reverse. They have shut down. Usually the Queen of Swords, she is strong, she's stern. She communicates with many people. She is a great communicator. She advises. It's a person to go to if you want to know how to get things done, certain processes to take, how to be efficient in ways of life, in matters of life and communications and getting things done. But with the Queen in reverse, she's just kind of shut down and she's not communicating. She's putting her sword in the ground and just throwing it in the air, and she's not even being that strong communicative person that she usually is. And maybe that's because she's done some things wrong. Maybe maybe she's just taking time to think about what direction and what move she wants to make and in what direction she wants to go. And Aries, if it's the male, you just reverse it, and that could be what he's doing as well, because she's coming off of these Three of Swords and she has one of the swords. So maybe she really needs to discuss this issue and come to some sort of terms with you, Aries, or vice versa, about what's going on. So right now I see communication is shut down. You're more in the mental thoughts, you and whoever the situation is involving, and there's not a lot of action or movement, because we see the Death card reverse, which just tells me that transformation has not come just yet. There may have been some small strides, but the real change, the real improvement to the relationships, the real discussions, and the real movement that needs to be made has not just happened yet. And that could either be because it's not quite the time. I mean, this is a major arcana, so it's going to happen. A transformation will happen. And whether that's you go back and you talk about salvaging things, revisiting that old relationship, or you talking about moving on or making some changes, Aries, it's what has to be done. So, I mean, if you need to think a little bit more, do that. But I think it's really a time to communicate, because I think Aries really has known. I mean, you're headstrong. I don't see Aries as a time that takes a sign that takes a long time to contemplate about things, try to figure things out. Aries is the type of sign to me that's gonna make a move, whether right or wrong, and if it's wrong, they learn a lesson. Like, there's really no wrong, because and that's what I admire so much about Aries, is that you make decisions. You know, it's hard to make decisions, and as a Cancer sign, sometimes we just don't want to make a wrong decision, so people just don't make any decisions sometimes. But with Aries, you make those decisions, you do those things, and then you deal with whatever comes of that, knowing that you made those choices based upon what you thought was best. So whatever transformations, whatever communications are coming, Aries, you may have to take the lead to fix these situations and to do these things, because I feel like you're ready to move in a new direction. You have a heart, but your heart's been damaged, it's been wounded, and it's really time to kind of open up, share what you know, share what's in your soul, Aries, with the people closest to you, so that you can transform your life into what you really want to see, in the direction that you really want to go in, as we see with the Hangman in reverse. So with the Hangman in reverse, like I said, either there's being a lot of time taken and not a lot on these mental thoughts and these hurts and things like that, but nothing to really transform it and to move it forward and to have a new beginning. And we see that with the Hangman in reverse, because either you're wanting to come down off of that crucifix, because you know which direction you want to go, you've thought about it enough, and now it needs to be communicated. I'm just lighting some sage for you, Aries, looking at the cards. So, you know, it needs to be communicated, and you need to get everybody on board, or you're not quite at a place where you've figured out exactly how you want to communicate this and what action steps you're going to take and you're going to do. So with the Hangman, only you know, Aries, do you need a little bit more time to figure it out? I feel like you figured it out. I feel like it's time to jump down off that crucifix. You've went into the mind, body, and soul. You really know on a deep level what it is you want and what changes you have to make, because maybe some things that's been in your life for years is not working anymore, Aries. So whatever that is, I feel like it's personal relationships, but it could be other things as well. And maybe if it's career and it's the death of one career that really was strong, it brought in the money, it has you around a lot of people, you're really in a role of being a communicator, but now you're really not feeling that, because there's some more things you want to do, but you just can't quite figure out how to make that transformation happen. Or you figured it out, but you haven't quite taken those action steps. Now is the time to take those action steps, Aries. It's a great time to just set things into motion, because you have been moving in a direction for a long time, and I feel like it's just time for things to really pop for Aries. Such a great sign, such great people. So let's see with the Tarot Oracle cards for the heart, what vibe we're getting to help you with these energies. So the card that I'm getting from the Tarot Oracle card is the Crown Chakra. We just talked about thoughts, communications, not a lot of actions, and this is a number 7. So you got a chakra card, and the Crown Chakra is the highest chakra, it's the top chakra, connecting you to the spirit world, where the information flows in and flows out. So it's the highest chakra out of the chakras, and it's definitely mental, you know, in the mind and things like that. And I feel like Aries is a very strong, this represents you, Aries. This card is meant for you. And I also want to say, this is a 7 card, so you had a 3 to start out, so a lot of unevenness, really trying to get to a stable cycle. I feel like things have been stable maybe on from the outside view from Aries, but when you really come inside of some of those situations, maybe they're not as stable as they seem when it comes to your inner security, your inner knowing, your inner wanting, and your inner happiness, Aries. And the crown represents Aries because you guys represent the head. First sign of the zodiac. Every zodiac sign represents parts of the bodies, areas of the bodies. A lot of you Aries, big-headed Aries, I like to call you, but you represent the head. And there's a lot of mental, very smart, very astute. There's a lot of mental processes that go on, and that's where you really function and you operate from. So that's why I was saying maybe it's someone else with some more stagnant thoughts than you, Aries, because I feel like Aries has really been thinking. They're in the mind, they're of the mind, but they're a fire sign, so they put the action to it. So if you have some other air signs in your life, the Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, and things are not really on the same page, Aries, it's up to you to make this shit move. You are the crown. You run what's going on. You lead this relationship. You really need to make the changes. And if you're doing what's right for you, never, even if it hurts other people, never feel bad, Aries, because you're doing what you know is best for all the parties involved. Aries, if you need to holler at me, email me at prpple@gmail.com for a reading. Check the website out. I love you guys, and I really hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful August. And I'm not saying I'm going to be able to come back since we're kind of at the middle of the month and do love readings, but it is my intention to kind of get back in and try to do some love readings before September. And if I don't get to them this month, maybe I can get to them in September. So just saying that so that you guys check back often to check up to see any new content that's hit my YouTube channel or my website. Again, love you guys. Have a wonderful August. Deuces.